The term onward movers has emerged to describe refugees who seek better opportunities by relocating from one country to another. More than 1,000 individuals returned to refugee settlements in Uganda seeking refuge once again. They had initially left these settlements in search of a better life but found their lives unbearable in the refugee camps of Kakuuma and central Kenya. The government has also responded to this situation by tasking the National Agricultural Organization-NARO with introducing nutritious and fast-growing crops to alleviate food shortages within refugee communities.
We are receiving majority, I should say 98% of the people received are coming from Democratic Republic of Congo.
Uganda currently hosts a refugee population of over 1.53 million individuals and asylum seekers. These refugees are accommodated in settlements across the southwestern, West Nile and northwestern districts of the country. They reside on government-owned land and receive support from both the government and various partners. Unfortunately, the availability of financial resources has dwindled due to the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, the war in Ukraine, and the global economic downturn.
We are having increasing numbers of refugees day in, day out, but each year we are having resources decrease. I think this is going to be very challenging for government, first of all, to support the refugee operation in the region, because it suppresses economically the different host districts in the different sectors. You see a lot of crowding in schools, a lot of crowding in health centers or hospitals. Of course, the road network within the refugee settlements, the districts, is being affected. But all of this can be handled and managed well for refugees and nationals within those areas to get better services if resources are available.
Consequently, there have been reductions in food rations and financial support to refugees, which prompted some of them to leave Uganda for Kenya, attracted by promises of a better life.
And what could have caused those movements, to me, I think from the interaction I've had with refugees, it was about prioritization, where World Food Program decided, following the decrease in donor funding, decided to reduce on the food, on the rations, food and cash rations. So in Kenya, being in the camps, for them they were getting much higher quantities of food and money. So they thought that if they go to Kenya, maybe life will be better than here.
This migration occurred despite the freedoms accorded to refugees, including the ability to cultivate a 30 by 50 piece of land, engage in employment and business, and form associations, all in accordance with Uganda's refugee policy.
Yes, there are services we are giving. It's not like you look at food so that the whole family can survive. If the challenge is healthy, there are health services which are being given. If the challenge is education, there are other partners who are giving even up to scholarship at university, so that people can also get those assistance and continue. You get an individual is feeding on 400. So when you calculate really breakfast, lunch and supper, 400 cannot feed a human being in Uganda today. But because there was that prioritization, people think since it is cut off, then they have to go away.
This policy grants them full access to various aspects of life, with the exception of unlawful activities and national politics. Over 1,000 individuals, primarily from Ramwanja in Kamwenge, Chakatu in Chegegwa, Nachivale and Oruching in Isinjiro district, reportedly fled to Kenya.
So that's why you see the
Two and Nachivale refugee settlements this year in modern agricultural practices, focusing on cultivating quick maturing crops such as maize, potatoes, beans, cassava and mushrooms.
Farmers are able to see if they deployed narrow technologies, say like bean varieties, cassava varieties, sweet potato varieties, what difference it makes on what they have been using.
And the purpose was to avail seed. But of course, the farmers are interested in the tubers, that is for cassava, but for us we are now interested in the cuttings. So as we gave each farmer 2 bags, and these 2 bags is supposed also to pass over 4 bags to a neighbor or to a friend, or if they're in a group, to group members. So as he gets the tubers,